We're getting ready to clean a studio unit in an assisted living facility, and it's just I think it's just a glue down carpet. It's not going to be any big deal. Get ready to pre-spray and we're going to bond and clean these. And the deal we've got worked out at this complex and facility is that they do all the vacuuming and everything, so anything that does get kicked up, they'll vacuum it tomorrow when the carpets are dry. So it's a real easy, just plain simple, just come in here and scrub the carpets down and walk away type of a deal. So we're going to be doing 2 places here today. I don't think we'll video the other one because there's a resident living in it. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Stay tuned. All right, he's getting the bonnet a little bit wet, or a lot wet. And he pre-sprayed basically from here across. He's doing a small area because he wants to make sure and keep the carpet pretty wet. And we're using simple green and 20% hydrogen peroxide. So that'll help lighten these carpets up as they dry. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this door again. It's not too bad. There's a little bit of a stain there at the corner. The only thing hard in here sometimes getting under the kick panels is a little bit tricky. But we've got a brush, we can hand clean them if we have to.
Yep. All right. Let the joy begin.
And like I said, anything gets kicked up, they're going to vacuum it tomorrow. Here, I'll open this door if you want to get the threshold just real quick. Okay. Then we can shut it. Shut it. All right.
Now these aren't particularly dirty, they just want them clean. We did one the other day that was pretty heavily stained in here.
Yeah, there's had lots of coffee spilt and things like that, but it came right out.
But this is an assisted living facility, so there's not really a thing with dogs and cats and children and all that stuff. All the stuff that makes typical messes.
Now we started doing this. They were using a guy that was doing some steam cleaning, and he was leaving the carpet soaking wet, where it took way too long to dry, and it was making a lot of noise. This machine's quiet, so it doesn't disturb all the other people living in the facility and the people walking around. And it's a real simple method, and plus they weren't getting the carpets all that clean. These carpets can be kind of hard to clean sometimes, and bonnet cleaning. It's a good method for this type of carpet because it scrubs real well. You might open that front door just to get the threshold. The only thing bad that you can find when you clean carpets like this is you can't necessarily see where you've been. So you want to try to stay in a pattern because otherwise you could miss something. Yeah, I can see they're stirring a lot of junk up.
Well, that's all right. That post factory another day.
Yeah. This is one of those places where the rooms get vacuumed basically almost daily, so.
Yeah, they got maids and housekeepers and all that stuff out here.
Did you ever get this for you?
Oh yeah, go ahead. All right. Well, that's clean looking, so it looks good.
So now I guess what you're going to have to pre-spray the rest of the room.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pause the camera here because that's going to take a
Yeah,
couple minutes. When we're putting peroxide in the sprayer, we can't pump it up. If you try to pump it up as much as we usually do, it starts blowing through the seal on the top. So what we have to do, we can't pressurize it too much. So it takes a little longer to spray everything down. By the way, this peroxide seems to be very slick. So when you put peroxide in your mix and you put it on carpets, it's going to be a little slicker than you may be used to when you walk on it. So you want to be careful.
But it sure does make the carpets look pretty.
Yeah, it brightens them up. Anyway, I'll pause the camera here and we'll come right back. All right, pre-spray is finished.
I don't know if it shows on camera, but in actuality, you can see the part where it's clean from where it's still dirty. It just comes right up into the body. It's beautiful.
It's funny how much, with a carpet like this, is how much dirt can be trapped in there because even though they vacuum a lot, we're still kicking things up because the aggressiveness of the machine, it can scrub out things that are embedded really well that vacuums don't pick up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what they vacuum with or how carefully they vacuum, but it sure is bringing up a lot of stuff. But they can vacuum it tomorrow and get all that stuff picked up.
They will. I'll tell you what, there's nothing much more laid back than this whole Bonnet stuff. You just kind of let the machine do all your work and relax. It's a very, very comfortable job to do.
Well, it's quiet. It's a lot more peaceful than having a loud machine running where you almost need earplugs.
In facilities like this, they don't want a roaring machine.
They don't appreciate it.
They don't want a truck run outside. They don't want a portable inside. They don't want their residents agitated.
Well, you really can't use a truck mount here because of the tripping hazard, having hoses strung everywhere. These are all, older people, and you'd be putting yourself at a big risk of somebody falling and hurting themselves. So you'd at least want a portable machine to clean in here, and it'd be very loud. So
Yeah.
that's one of the first things they liked about when we did this was it was so quiet.
They like how the carpets look because they look nice, and they like that we didn't make any noise.
Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for.
This is one of those you can't tell. I got a viewfinder on the back of the camera, but it's hard to tell if you're going to be able to see much of this on video. To the naked eye, you can't really.
Well, I can see it while I'm doing it.
Just with the color of the carpet and everything, with the naked eye, from where I'm standing, it's hard to see what's going on 100%, but the camera always picks up things differently. So you may be able to see it real well. I hope you do.
Now right here is a dirty area.
Yeah.
And we're going to get it out here in a second.
That's probably where whoever lived there before got in and out of bed all the time.
Or where they spilled stuff.
Oh, wait. There's a staple. Hold on.
We're on top of the shelf.
The bad thing about bonnet cleaning is if you pick up a staple or a small nail, you don't know, and when you go to clean the bonnet by hand later, you'll find out. So you got to be careful with those bonnets because I found an earring, someone's ear stud stuck in one from a job we did a couple weeks ago. Had a little diamond on it and everything, but you couldn't. It didn't. It wasn't picked up by the vacuuming, and I vacuumed real slowly and carefully, and it didn't pick it up. It was just stuck in there where the bonnet pulled it out, and it was embedded in the bonnet. You couldn't even see it was in there until you hit it with your hand. So that's one thing. These bonnets, they'll pick up things. We did a job one time where the guy had been he liked to strip the insulation off of wires to get the copper, and that's what he did all the time. Sit around in his living room and did that.
Ruined our bonnet.
Oh yeah, it ruined the bonnet. You couldn't clean it because anything you touch, every time you touched it, it just poked holes in your hand, and there was no way you're getting all that back out. So once in a while you'll ruin a bonnet with embedded material.
That carpet had the wire strip, and that was thoroughly vacuumed, and they couldn't get no more stuff to come out their vacuum, so they said it was clean. The bonnet gets down to the base of the powder, so they picked up stuff the vacuum cleaner could not get.
Yeah.
And we just threw the bonnet around the trash, those were done.
I tried to clean it, and then I figured out how much stuff was in it, and just gave up on it.
When you touched the bottom of the bonnet, it felt like you're running your hands through a sticker patch.
Yeah. So these bonnets cost about $20. You can get them a little less sometimes, but you can ruin one on the first job if you get to the wrong place. And so you always want to make sure you charge enough to pay for your expense, because this bonnet we've had here has been going for maybe
70 or 80 jobs.
Yeah, it's still going strong, but it'll eventually start to come apart. Now when they get worn out and you can't use them anymore, what I usually do is I clean them real good, and then you can use them like I put them on the countertop, and when I take a hot pan out of the oven, I just set it on one, protect the countertop, and you can use them for cleaning, like if you're cleaning any bathroom, shower, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're good for cleaning.
They still work good for some cleaning tasks, even though they won't handle the machine anymore. But they're very absorbent, so they're good for lots of cleaning tasks.
Well, this is what you call done.
I think that's it for this. There's not any raking or anything on these carpets, and apologize for all the junk that got pulled up. We can't do anything about that though.
And that's about as dry as you're going to get.
Now the hydrogen peroxide will make the carpets lighten up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
As they dry, so that's going to be something we can't really show because we're not going to be
We said
here
in
to
one of
show.
our other videos we're experimenting with a new chemical for us, and it's the peroxide. It works good.
Yeah.
If
you check my Amazon influencer store, and I'll put a link in the video description, you can find, of course, the Oreck Orbiter and all the stuff you need, and lots of other cool equipment. But I've also added the hydrogen peroxide that's on there that you can buy. You can buy it in a gallon bottle, and Simple Green's on there too, so you can order this stuff, and they work. It's a good combination, and the hydrogen peroxide is a 20%. You can get it at a beauty supply warehouse. They sell it. The one thing you want to keep in mind, it's very strong. It's used for. It's not something you want to get all over your hands. You want to make sure and maybe wear some light gloves, or just be careful. Make sure you wash your hands real thoroughly if you handle it. And you don't want to get it in your eyes and things like that because it can burn. But it won't hurt carpets and things at 20%. Now I've also selling some 40% on there, and you want to use that for floors only. You don't use that on carpet. But anyway, that's all for this job. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we're about done with this one. So until next time, thanks for watching.